About to take off. Hello.
Hello. It's that time of the week again. It's Profitable Impact Weekly. Whoop, whoop. We are here live on our Profitable Impact Academy page. If you join us, say hello. Let us know you're here. Tell us how you are doing this morning. So, Kat, do you want to do the intro? You do such a good job. You go for it.
All right. Hey, guys. Welcome to Profitable Impact Weekly. This is a weekly show where we talk all about how to create more profits and more income in your business and in the world. Our key thing is public speaking, although we do talk a lot about business. And we are on the mission to help you get more clarity, confidence, and clients in business. So today we're going to be talking about creating content. We live in the content world nowadays, and just look at all the influencers creating videos almost every single day, YouTube channels, Facebook, socials, stages, in-person events. There's so much content around us. So we want to talk to you about how you can start creating content without being overwhelmed and stuck. This is one of the things that comes up for our mastermind. This is one of the things that comes up for us all the time, where we sit down to create content, and of course we get too much in our head, and that prevents us from actually creating impact in somebody else's life. So, by the way, for those who don't know us, I'm Kat.
And I'm Kim. Hello.
And we're the founders of Profitable Impact Academy. So let's just dive in.
So if you join us live, or if you catch the replay, I want to know, do you struggle with content? It could be social, in your talks, in your presentations, in your workshops. Let us know. Drop us a 1 if you're like, I got it, I'm good. And drop us a 2 if you're like, content. Struggle is real.
Yeah.
And it's interesting because with our mastermind members and the people that come out to our 3-day event, Profitable Speaker Bootcamp, one of the first things they say is, I know so much. Like, where do I start? What do people want to hear? And here's the thing, if you're putting together a profitable signature talk, which is one of the things we do at Bootcamp, you don't overgive your content, right? You have to remember that people consume things in small bites. And so one of the things that you could do is start thinking to yourself, what are the top 3 things I get asked when I'm talking to people about what it is I do and what my passion is? Whether it's your ideal client or when you're out at networking events. Oh, geez, sorry. Banging my cup. I'm very frog-throated today, so I'm drinking tea. You take over, Kat.
So really, chances are that when it comes to what it is that you do, that there are people asking you questions all the time. Even if it's simple, you introducing yourself at a networking event and a follow-up question, well, how do you do that? Right? So listen to those conversations. Tune in, really pay attention to the questions that people are asking, because chances are some of those questions are repeating over and over and over again. So this is a perfect opportunity for you to create a piece of content when it comes to people asking questions. And it doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't have to be 3 hours. It could be simple, you answering that question just like you do in person when you're having a coffee with someone. By the way, that's something that you can do as well, is just record yourself having a coffee with someone. And that's an incredible piece of content that is going to be engaging, because it reminds people of having a coffee with you. They're going to really feel like they are getting to know you. And that's probably one of the easiest way to create content, is just record yourself doing what it is that you do, whether it is you speaking on stage, you brainstorming with someone like your business partner, you having a coffee. Just ask the other person if they're okay with that, of course. But you can just record yourself day to day and what it is that you do. So really think about top 3 questions that your prospects, people who get to know you, your clients are asking you right now, that come up over and over again, and just record a quick video about that.
Yes, exactly. And then that also gives you the foundation, not only for social media, but when you're putting together presentations, right? Like, start with, what are the burning questions that people have for you? Because that's what's going to make a presentation engaging. And that's how people on social media are going to start to know what you stand for and that you have the solution to their problems. So the second thing is, don't overwhelm your audience with information. You have to remember, for a lot of people, if they see you give a talk or they're catching you on social media, it may be their first time encountering you. And if you just completely overwhelm them with your brilliance, they just get like, they hit into that brain fog stage. And so what you really want to do is you're going to go like top level, right? Like get them to start thinking, because some people, they may come to you and they know they have a problem, but they haven't even identified what it is yet. Right. And so when you start getting them just to think about the problem that they're having, that's enough to pique their interest that they'll want to explore further and build the relationship with you. So it's like every time you do a Facebook Live, you don't need to deep dive into a topic, because people don't really stick around that long anyway, unless you are like amazingly interesting, right? Think about, like, we have really short attention spans. We can Netflix binge on shows because what is it? They're very top level, superficial. It keeps us engaged and interesting, but it doesn't make us overthink about the topic. And so you don't want to overwhelm your audience with your brilliance. You save that for when they're in your programs. Yes. You're helping them get wins and solve the problems, right? So don't think that you have to build a video or a presentation that is content heavy, okay? Unless you're perhaps doing a convention where it is all about information and learning and you're teaching people on a really specific topic. But when you're doing a signature talk or you're showing up in social media, make it fun, make it interesting, use stories, right? It helps people relate to you better, but don't like deep dive, especially if what you do is like really technical or scientific. If you just like jump in and give them, like, overwhelm them with statistics, which I've had that happen before, your brain, like my brain just starts to like wander off and think about, what do I need to make for supper tonight? Because it's just like too much, right?
Absolutely. And so I see that all the time. Speakers do that, and when people show up on social media, they do that too, where right from the get-go, in like a 5-minute video, they're trying to fix the world's problems. Hey guys, you have time. So make sure that you make it a bite size. You make it something manageable for people to digest. Meet them where they're at, because chances are they still have a lot of questions. So before you even dive into fixing their problems and trying to teach them everything, answer those questions, right? So make sure that they understand what it is that I do. We actually had an experience where we watched a talk and someone mentioned their modality, but then they never explained what it is. And so it left us hanging, where we just didn't understand what the person does for a living. So meet people where they're at. If you know that they need to know just a little bit more about what you do or how you do it, or ask them a questions to start their thinking going, so they can see and connect the dots between what you do and how it's going to help them. But don't try to solve the world problems all within a 5-minute or 60-minute talk, because it's impossible. This is why you are a highly trained professional. You're the expert in your area, and people are going to pay you the money so they can get the results, because they're going to need to work with you in order to do that.
Exactly. And then the third point is, give them some quick wins. If there's something that they could do right now that's going to help them start to solve the problem, but recognize you can't solve the entire problem on a long-term basis in a talk or a piece of micro content. And so your job is to show them how, by working with you, they can further the progress and get bigger wins and find the full solution to whatever it is the problem is, whatever problem you solve for them, right? So demonstrating to them that you have what it takes to be the person that helps them solve the problem, but help them understand you can't do it in 60 or 90 minutes or a 5-minute video on Facebook, right? That it takes working with you in whatever capacity you offer to help them create a more permanent solution. And here's the thing, think about, for a lot of you, we know you are like heart-driven entrepreneurs, and the solutions you offer are to problems that a lot of people have been struggling with for a really long time. Right? And they need to recognize that they can, if it's something they've been struggling with for 5 or 10 or 15 or 20 years, they're not going to get that solution in a 5 or 10-minute talk. But perhaps by like booking a call with you, you can explore further how you can work together. So it's your job to help them understand that this bit of information you're giving them is just the beginning. it's just the start of the journey, but that you can help them get to the solution faster. In fact, the fastest way. And that's what really starts to nurture that relationship where people are like, yeah, let's have a call. I want to know more. How can you help me solve my problem? And that's a piece a lot of people miss when they're giving talks and presentations, is like making it abundantly obvious to your audience what is the next step, right? They're getting to understand like, oh, okay, this problem that I didn't even fully recognize that I was having, that I now know what it is. Oh, okay, here's the next step. Okay, this is cool. Tell me more. How are we going to work together?
Awesome. All right, guys, this is it for today. This is very bite-sized, quick information for you too, and some quick tips that you can go and implement in your business and in your life. We are again here. I'm Kat.
I'm Kim, and we're here every week, Tuesdays, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time.
So come on back next Tuesday, 9 a.m., and we're going to share more and more of the things that we're doing in our business that actually work. You have a fantastic day, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.